Hi guys, it's Blackie. Okay, today we're going to talk about a little bit of woods wisdom. I had a individual contacted me, and I had mentioned, I had a video earlier I talked about snakes, and they wanted me to go a little more in depth about shooting snakes and stuff like that. Now, number one, I do not advocate going and killing these animals simply because they're there. I will go out of my way to avoid them. But what we're going to give you a definition here now is when and where I believe it's justified and necessary. Okay? Now, no snake's going to be harmed in the making of this film, so you can just calm down. This will be substituting for our snake, just a coil of black rope, so just hang loose with that. Now, I talked about having to shoot a snake that was within a certain strike range. So that's what we're going to talk about. Let me set up, and then you'll get to see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, this boot right here is going to represent your foot. We're going to imagine a bullseye of circles getting further and further away. So this is my foot, about the size of a baseball cap away. That is the red zone. This will give you two things. One, if you are standing here and the snake is where that cap is, you cannot shoot at it because you're probably going to hit or injure your foot. You're shooting straight down at that point. Now, if you took a water hose and sprayed concrete straight down, your feet would get wet, correct? So you want to angle it. Now, for this demonstration, this gun is completely unloaded. We'll be using this shotgun. Were I standing here at this, and the snake was right there, as you can see, if I'm aiming down, that blast pattern is awful close to my foot. So that is a no-no. So you think about 1.5 feet is a red zone. You do not shoot, no matter what, within that range. If the snake is laying there, just take your chances and hop away. It's not worth the risk of shooting yourself in the foot by trying to shoot straight down. If the snake is further out, like this, where I can angle away from me like that, that is safe to shoot. So if my foot is here and I could do that, like at that brim, yes, I could do that. But never aim straight down, okay? Next, so this is my, say, 2-foot circle rule that are immediately around my feet. No shoot. Now, beyond that, over here, we're going to use this bright colored hammer. I think you can see that. Right here, that's about, we'll say about 4 feet from me. Right there. Okay, right here is our marker. Now, if my foot is here, between the 2-foot limit and that limit, this is the danger zone. Now, our handy rope here is going to stand in for the snake. If the snake is laid out, and we'll just coil it up in a long piece. If the snake is laid out like that, he cannot strike but just 1 foot or 2. Imagine about the length of a cap. That's about what his strike radius is once he's straightened out. He can only lunge forward or strike sideways about that far away. So if you're beyond that limit, if he's beyond this limit from your foot, you're safe. Just step away. If, where the hammer is, if he's beyond that end, the 4 to 5 foot range, you're still safe. You just walk away from the animal. It's only between these two things, in this 3 foot, between my 2 foot and say my 5 foot, in this zone is where I'm concerned. Where I'm really concerned is not when the snake is laid out, but whenever the snake is coiled up, because he can strike much further away. Now he can launch himself, and so therefore that becomes a real danger to me. So if my leg was here and that was a coiled snake of decent size there, he could easily hit me. That is in the kill zone, I call it. So from 2 feet out to 5 feet is the kill zone. If he's in that range, and he appears to be aggravated or in any way gives me the intention that I'm about to be envenomated, I need to dispatch that animal quickly and cleanly. Do not make a mistake. Again, angle, do not aim straight down. Angle and aim for the head, okay? If he is beyond this 5 foot limit over here, don't even worry about it, just walk away. You are beyond his strike zone, and he can't even launch and get you. So you're in no danger, walk away. So, in conclusion, I hope this gives you a better definition. I do not want to have to dispatch one of these animals. They're doing what they were intended by their maker to do. They're performing a very vital function in the ecosystem, and I want them to flourish and be just happy as they can be. They're keeping down a lot of the pests and stuff that are a problem to my agriculture and my life. But at the same time, I do not want to be envenomated by a venomous snake, because a lot of people talk about, well, you can just go to the doctor and get the antivenom. I had a friend of mine several years ago that went, he got struck by a moccasin and went and got the antivenom. The cost of that antivenom was the price of a new car. I think it was like $50,000. I'm not kidding you guys. So the choice of a new car payment or dispatch the animal, I want it to live a nice, happy life and go somewhere else. But at the same time, I have no desire to be, envenomated. So 0 to 1 cap length, 360 around me, is the red zone. I can't shoot or dispatch something there. I have to jump out of the way. From that out to 5 feet, coil snake, danger. Straightened out snake, not a danger. If he's beyond the 5 foot level, I'm safe. I can just walk away from him. Now, if you're down in South Florida and you got one of them 12 foot anacondas or 20 foot pythons or whatever, these rules do not apply. In that case, I think small nuclear weapons and flamethrowers are authorized. But for the general eastern diamondback and the big snakes that I have to encounter, this is my rule of thumb that I utilize when going in the woods. If you can't see your feet, get a stick so you can wake them up and at least get them to move or see them 4 or 5 feet out in front of me. Wiggle it in front of you as you go. Knock the vegetation so that I'll get to see the snake and therefore not step on the snake. That's the #1 problem where people step on, especially copperheads, because they just trust their camouflage so much they'll just lay there. A diamondback or something like that will usually move, won't run away from you, and a water moccasin may actually come toward you. Now, if you have a snake, even if it's in the danger zone out here, and you get away from it, and it comes after you, it follows you, it in some way bluff charges you like a water moccasin can, try to give it some more room. You don't take off running, but just give it some more room. If you have to dispatch it, be prepared. But then again, don't panic and run and trip and fall down, like you see in all the movies. Pay attention, keep your head, and you'll be all right. Hope this gives you an idea, guys. Please leave any questions or comments below, and thank you for watching my channel. Till next time, I'm Blackie, wishing you safe journeys. Have a great day, guys.